Welcome into First Pitch for Thursday, May 11th. I am Drew Martin, joined by Don Buster, Marco D'Angelo, and Tony Mejia of WagerTalk.com. We got the Thursday slate here, guys. Short slate, a lot of day games, so we're going to get into it right at the top. Reminder here, guys, subscribe to the channel, WagerTalk YouTube channel, like the content. We're giving out the winners. If you could help us out with a like, that would be much appreciated. Batting in the leadoff spot here, our number one hitter, at least for today, Don Buster on Twitter at Don_Buster. Don, what do you got for the slate, for the Thursday day slate?
Okay, guys, my play is Kansas City, Chicago, over 9.5. Couple pitchers going here in Clevenger and Singer, who have really had some tough years this year. Clevenger has been really bad, especially on the road. In his last three starts, he's got a 6.75 ERA with a whip of 1.62. As for Singer, he's not much better. It's actually way worse. 9.94 ERA and a whip of 1.736 in his last three starts. And again, these teams have been much better at the plate lately. Chicago, 20 points higher with a batting average. Kansas City, a whopping 35 points higher with a batting average. Chicago's been putting up some runs. They threw a 17 spot up on Cincinnati the other day. And KC actually already put the 12 spot up on Chicago in this series opener. Give us the over Kansas City, Chicago for today. Okay.
Thanks for that, Don Buster. Guys, check them out, WagerTalk.com. Reminder here, Thursday, half off all plays for Thursdays at WagerTalk.com. So make sure to check it out. A great day to, if you haven't checked it out, WagerTalk.com is a good one for your free picks. Hey, premium plays as well. Next up, batting in the two-hole here, Marco D'Angelo at Marco in Vegas on Twitter. Marco, what do you got for the Thursday slate?
Thanks, Drew. We're going to take a look at today the San Francisco-Arizona game. This is going to be my big game breakdown, but we're going to double up on this game because it's also going to be my best bet for Thursday. And we're taking a look at this one. It's going to be Alex Cobb versus Tommy Henry. Both teams are coming off of home losses on Wednesday. Of course, San Francisco has to travel today to play at Arizona. But looking at this matchup, we got Alex Cobb making his 8th start of the season. He's allowed 3 runs or less in all 7 of his starts this season. In his last 4 starts, he's pitched a total of 26 innings, and he's allowed just 4 total runs. His strikeout to walk ratio in those 4 starts, 24-4. Now, this is something I like to look at with pitchers. If they're getting the strikeouts and they've got control, they're not walking batters, that tells me they've got full command of their whole arsenal of pitches, and that's what I want to see. Now, on the flip side, Arizona's going to counter with Tommy Henry. He's making his 4th start since being called up to replace Madison Bumgarner in the rotation. He's got an ERA of 5.17 and a whip of 1.53. Neither of those numbers are good. But then when you look at who the 3 teams were that he played, Washington, Colorado, and Kansas City, all 3 of those teams have one thing in common. They're in last place in their division. That doesn't bode well for those numbers, making it look even worse. I don't want to involve the bullpens in this game because I don't like either team's bullpen, especially since they've been involved in a lot of high-scoring games recently. So let's take them completely out of the equation. I'm going to go ahead and take San Francisco. First 5-inning wager, you can get that at -135. That is the big game breakdown. It's also my best bet for Thursday.
Thanks, Drew. I am going to be breaking down my best bet. So it's going to be both the big game breakdown and my best bet for Thursday's MLB slate. And it is the Texas Rangers laying a half a run in the first 5 innings against the Oakland A's. A's were outscored 28-10 in the Bronx over the last 3 games by the New York Yankees. Yanks broke into double digits in runs scored in each of the past 2 games. Really kind of took some of the limelight away from Jordan Diaz and his performance for the A's. But look, Oakland's been an atrocity the entire season so far. They've got 15 fans showing up to their games, and we'll catch up with their act when they finally move to Vegas and maybe start caring a little bit. But really, what we really like about this game, they don't even have a starting pitcher named yet as of the time of this taping. So they'll probably either do a bullpen game or trot somebody else out there that hasn't really performed well, because none of their starting pitchers have performed well this season. That's why they are the worst team in baseball. And they're facing Nathan Eovaldi, and like our good friend Joe Ranieri says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's really what's been the case for Eovaldi, who not one of my favorite starting pitchers in MLB, but has been absolutely lights out over his last two starts. 17 innings of shutout baseball. He struck out 13 batters while walking 2. Lots of ground balls, inducing double plays. Has worked over 100 pitches in both starts, and that's coming off back-to-back quality starts that he had before that run of shutout innings. So really pitching well. He's facing a A's lineup that is in the bottom 10 in OPS against right-handed pitching. Really not concerned with Oakland doing much against him. I am concerned with the Texas bullpen because they've blown leads left and right. That's been one of their Achilles heels, and why they're not up more in the AL West, despite a strong start that has them on top of the Angels and the Mariners. So in terms of really getting off to a decent start, the Rangers have done that. Eovaldi's been a big reason why. We're going to ride the Texas Rangers in the first 5 innings, laying a half a run. And that's really the play tonight. It's a final game of the 6-game MLB card tonight. So hopefully it's a winner for both of us, because I will be riding it as a client play. Texas minus a half a run in the first 5 innings against the hapless Oakland A's.
Thanks for that, Tony. Guys, a reminder, follow him on Twitter at Mejia Dinero. Check him out, WagerTalk.com. Half off all plays on Thursdays. Time for best bets. I'll lead us off here, guys. 1:10 Eastern. Reminder, this one's going early. Thursday slate has a lot of early games, and I am jumping on a short favorite. It's the San Diego Padres with Yu Darvish on the hill. If your book allows you, list Yu Darvish as the starting pitcher here. Up against the Twins in Minnesota. About 8.5 being the total here. And I'm jumping on the Pods minus 115, widely available price tag right now, mainly because Darvish, he's been hot. His last 2 starts, maybe his full season number's not the greatest, but he's got a 17-1 strikeout to walk ratio in his last 2 starts. The Pods, hey, they're getting healthier now. Tatis back in the lineup and up against the Twins at the top of the AL Central, but guys, that is kind of the weakest division, at least in my opinion, in MLB, and they haven't been playing all that great of baseball of recently. So minus 115 price tag here, risk 115 to win 100 on the Padres. Early slate for Thursday. So thanks for tuning in. A reminder, please subscribe and like if you're liking the content here on Wager Talk YouTube channel. Please feel free to reply below with what you're looking to bet. Anything else you want to throw out there, all is welcome. So for Don Buster, Marco D'Angelo, Tony Mejia, I am Drew Martin. Thanks for tuning in. Cash those tickets.